Every morning, as the sun barely peeked over the horizon, the city stirred to life. A bus, worn and weary, pulled up at the same cracked curb at exactly 7:18 a.m. Without a second glance, people filed in, each lost in their own world. A man shuffled on with a wrinkled shirt, a woman meticulously counted coins in her palm, and a student mindlessly scrolled, his thumb a blur but his thoughts adrift like leaves in the wind. The city moved rhythmically, fast on the outside, yet tired within, a symphony of life's monotony. Among them was Arav, a delivery rider whose life was a constant race against time. He had mastered the shortcuts of the sprawling city, knowing every nook and cranny better than the promises of a better tomorrow. He could predict which streets would turn into rivers after a light rain, and which traffic lights would stubbornly remain red. Laughing at the clock while he frantically pedaled, his phone buzzed incessantly with orders, each notification a demand to move faster, to smile wider, and to silence the nagging thoughts that clawed at his mind. Each night, as he collapsed into bed, his legs ached and his thoughts spiraled, a chaotic whirlwind of exhaustion. One particularly weary evening, as the sky transformed into a tapestry of unfinished work, Arav's bike, his steadfast companion, suddenly betrayed him. He kicked it in frustration, once, then again, but it remained obstinately silent. Cars whizzed past, their headlights slicing through the gathering dusk, and Arav felt like a ghost in a world that never paused to notice his struggle. Drawn to a small tea stall glowing under a solitary yellow bulb, he shuffled over and ordered a steaming cup of chai. He sank into a low plastic stool, the warmth of the cup a brief comfort against his chill of despair. Across the stall, an old man sat, bent over a radio, its back exposed like a wounded creature. Wires lay scattered like veins, and as the radio crackled to life, a faint melody emerged, imperfect yet vibrant, a heartbeat in the stillness. The old man looked up, his eyes crinkling with wisdom. "Things stop working when we forget to listen to them," he mused, his voice a gentle reminder in the clamor of the evening. Arav offered a polite smile, unsure of its meaning, yet those words settled deeply within him. He lingered longer than usual, savoring the rising steam, allowing the city to slow its frantic pace for just a few moments. When he returned to his bike, it roared back to life on the first try. No reason, no explanation, just a sense of motion restored. Days rolled on, each blending into the next. Yet Arav began to notice the small joys around him. The shopkeeper who fed stray cats before opening. A schoolboy dutifully helping his sister tie her shoes every morning. The way the city breathed with anticipation just before rain. His life remained a relentless grind. Orders continued to flood in, and money was perpetually tight. But a subtle shift had occurred within him, like a radio tuning into a clearer channel. Months later, after saving diligently, Arav purchased a second-hand camera, a new companion in his quest to capture life's fleeting moments. Between deliveries, he filmed the world as it unfolded, streets at dawn, hands exchanging change, faces reflecting in the fogged bus windows. He shared these snippets online. His expectations low, only to find that a few views blossomed into thousands. Comments flowed in, resonating with fellow city dwellers. "This feels like my life," and "I've passed this street 100 times, but never really saw it." Arav never sought fame, nor did he escape the city's clutches, but he discovered how to exist within its chaos, without feeling lost. The bus still rolled up at 7:18 a.m. The passengers still wore weary expressions, and the cracks in the curb remained as stubborn as ever. Yet now, as Arav rode by with his camera swinging at his side, the city transformed from a soulless machine into a vibrant narrative still unfolding. And every now and then, when life quieted enough, he swore he could hear that faint melody in the background, a gentle reminder to listen, to the stories waiting to be told.